And I'm just going to tell you what I did with my DJ company, give you an example of the mullet. My DJ company, I had this unbelievably awesome house my wife and I built. So this is just the layout of the house. So you walk into the house, and you pull up to the house, and it's kind of like this is kind of the build out here. And I'm not an architect, but I'm just trying hard here. Okay, so we go through here. And so you have, oh, it's getting good now. So basically, this is a door right here. And this door is kind of lit up here. Oh, yeah, okay, let me get this. Oh, yeah, here it comes. It's all coming together like a modern day Bob Ross of the, okay. So this is the garage, and you pull up to the house, and the house was, I'm going to say I was 20 years old, and it's probably a $300,000 house. So I'm 20 years old, have this really nice house, people pull up, and they go up to this. We have one door right here, and they go in, and they go, oh, we're here to meet about our wedding. And it is plush. I had the nicest couch from Mathis. It's a furniture store in Tulsa. I had the great music, had the vanilla bean smelling, stuff. Had Frank Sinatra, Michael Bublé is playing. People are going, Harry Connick. Mothers are feeling comfortable. They're going, wow, this is legit. And I'm not making this up. My wife and I literally did not have a couch for our family. We literally did not have a refrigerator. We literally had no appliances, and we literally were just barely making it.
Wow.
But the customers were like, wow, because they didn't walk into my whole house. They just walked into that presentation office. So they would come in, and they would stay over in this region. They never went into the house. They would just stay right over here in our presentation office.
So you were living in the mullet.
I was. I literally had a formal front and a party in the back. I mean, the party was we had nothing, and it was like a complete faux finished business.
Yeah.
And then all of our equipment we kept in a mini storage facility that I was paying like $90 a month for.
Wow.
But the customers never saw that. All they saw was that first impression. So I'm just encouraging you guys, however you want to do it, you're going to have to invest in the formalness up front. You can still have a party in the back. You can still be living on the cheap in the back, but you got to make sure there's a certain regalness, a certain branding where they go, wow, Melissa must be awesome. It's uncompromising. And I'm just telling you, like, you want people to judge and go, oh my gosh, she must be rich. I'll give you one more example. I worked with a realtor years ago, and he drove a car that was not as bad as my car, because I was currently driving, I just out of pig-headedness. I used to drive a brown van that was missing a door because one of our employees had ripped it off, and I'm like, I'm not selling it. So I drove this brown van. So I would drive this around, but this guy comes up, and he's a realtor, and he would pull up to someone's house. He'd pull his car in the driveway, and it was like a Ford Festiva. And I used to drive a Ford Festiva, so don't rip the Festiva. I drove a Ford Escort, an '89 Ford Escort hatchback. But he would pull in, and people would look at his car, and they're like, he looks like the worst realtor in town, even though he's a really good guy, and he couldn't get deals. So I was explaining to him, I said, hey, if you'll go to like Lexus or Mercedes and lease a car that you only drive to appointments, you can get one for like $350 a month. Just very few miles on it, just drive it to appointments only. It's your closer. Yeah. Invest in a suit and a Mercedes. So he literally had an outfit he wore, he called the Closer, and it was really nice jeans, and he had a sport coat. And he would pull up in his nice luxury car, and the customer would go, oh, hey, how are you? And he'd, oh, I'm doing fine. And then he would open up his briefcase. He'd have his nice items, and the customer was like, man, this guy must be successful. I feel confident working with him. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? So I'm just asking you to be, you and your husband, be very self-aware as you're going through this process, and make sure whatever the customer sees is very formal, very regal, high quality. But you can have a party in the back. I mean, you can have the cheapest thing going on behind the scenes. No one needs to know about that. But you just want to make sure it looks great up front. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next thing here for you that we need to talk about here is that your customer reviews and ratings. Number 8, customer reviews and ratings. You need to incentivize those customer reviews and ratings. You've got to get people to share their feelings about your service.